Hello everyone and welcome to 2023. So if you've been here from the beginning, then you will know that I made this video last year where I made a vision board for 2022. I talked about the lessons from 2021 and the general vibe I wanted the new year to bring. So I thought it'd be fun to make this kind of like a tradition and do the same thing this year. So I have my laptop right here. So we'll be going over 2022. I'll be talking about overall reflection of the year, the lessons that I learned, and then I thought it would be fun to look at the vision board that I made in that video last year and pretty much tell you if I accomplished the things that I wanted to in that vision board, and then also make a 2023 vision board. And similar to last year, I'm not really gonna show you guys my whole list of goals. It's just gonna be the overall vibe that I want the new year to bring. So I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and get started. 2022 reflections. Honestly, I feel like 2022 was a really good year for me. And I think it's just because, and I've mentioned this before, 2020 sucked. And 2021 was like 2020, like on steroids. It was a really bad 2 years for me. And 2022 is like, I felt like I could finally breathe again. I felt so refreshed, and like all the problems that I was experiencing those 2 years did not really carry over into 2022 at all. I graduated college this year. I accomplished a lot that I wanted to. So I'm very grateful for this year. But there were a few lessons that I did learn. It's funny because last night I watched my 2022 New Year's vision board lessons I learned in 2021 video. And I think it's just because 2021 was such a hard year for me. I had so many lessons. Like, I had lessons on lessons. So this year I only stuck to 4. Kind of wanted to talk a little bit about them. So first one, I control the type of energy I take in. I feel like I was starting to dabble in that the previous years, but 2022, I definitely put that into practice. If there was someone in my life that I knew brought bad vibes, bad energy, like drained me, then I would limit my contact with them, and I didn't really feel bad about it. I feel like growing up, it was always like you have to put how you feel aside just to make someone else happy. And this year I was like, no, if you are not someone that I want to see all the time, if you're not someone I want to put energy into seeing because you're gonna suck the life out of me, then I'm not gonna do it. I felt like this year was the year that I did that the most, and I feel like that definitely comes hand in hand with boundaries as well. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that. The second lesson I learned was not really a lesson, but just anxiety sucks. I talked about this a few videos ago, but anxiety is so freaking annoying, and like I've never really struggled with it growing up. It was always just regular anxiety, like first day of school type stuff. And so this year I felt like I experienced more anxiety for no reason, and that sucks so bad. Maybe a lesson I learned was to not do the things that I found patterns in that caused my anxiety to get worse. So like staying up too late, eating things I shouldn't be eating. Like, it's weird, but those things definitely play a role in maybe if I'll have anxiety or not, like the sleep thing, but definitely how severe it can be and the things that I need to do to lessen that. So that's just something that I learned and something that I want to do better with. Lesson number 3 is that sugarcoating and beating around the bush only takes you so far. I felt like this year there was a lot of times where I wouldn't just straight up say what it is that I felt like saying. And it made it annoying and difficult, like, oh, why can't I just say it? And honestly, if you overthink it, it makes things a lot worse. There are ways to say hard things, and trying to sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's not that big of a deal, or just beating around the bush, won't get you the results that you want. So just be more direct and blunt. And I feel like I was always kind of like that, but with certain people I was more hesitant to do. And this year, I don't care. I said what I said. And then the last lesson I learned was that post-grad life is a whole nother ball game. It came with a lot of uncertainty and stress and I guess anxiety that I didn't expect. And it was just because of the structure that I've been having since I was like 5 years old. That is now not my life anymore. And so trying to navigate that was definitely interesting and not something that was ever really talked about. The closer I got to graduation, the more I felt it. But it was just like once it was done and I got my degree, I was like, dang, like now what? It was just an interesting feeling. I feel like now I'm definitely better. Like I don't even think about school. It's kind of weird to even think about being in school right now, like the go to class, take tests, studies for finals type of thing. Like right now I feel very content and normal in my daily routine now. But at the time, it was just very awkward. I felt like I was in a weird, awkward phase of my life. So those are all the lessons I learned this year. Honestly, none of them are really huge things. I'm glad that I didn't have a huge list of lessons. Last year, I had a lot. I don't even think I shared all of them in my video because it was already long enough. But I was like praying that like this year wasn't gonna be also filled with like turmoil and struggle and lessons to be learned. I was like, guys, I'm done learning. Like, I just want to have a good year. I'm very thankful that 2022 was a good year and I learned lessons, but they didn't like beat me. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and look at my vision board from last year. So I have not looked at it at all, honestly, since making that video and last night when I was watching the video. So I think that's something I want to change for this year, is to look at it more and really put it in my face, because I don't really stare a lot and look at the things that I want to achieve. I wrote on my Notion page, I might put a little picture of that, but I have my goals from the previous years. And something I did at the end of Q3 or Q2 of 2022 is that I had my list of goals and I decided to kind of track it so I can always have a visual and look at it. So like the first half of 2022, I didn't really achieve anything because I wasn't even looking at my goals. I wasn't looking at my vision board. The second half of 2022, because I was like actually looking at my written goals, I made a lot more progress. So this year I want to incorporate both, looking at my written down goals and also looking at my vision board. Let's look at it. So first thing I see right here is the clothes. I remember saying that I wanted to up my style and find clothes that I like and that make me feel good and dress cute. I don't feel like I have that many clothes, which I'm not really, like, I'm very grateful for and I'm not really complaining about, but I feel like I still struggle on a daily to find out what I should wear. I don't know, just not wear the same thing, because I remember at the end of 2021, I think I still had clothes and I was wearing clothes from like high school. And thankfully now I'm not really doing that anymore. Like I don't want to be wearing my teenage clothes when I'm 23. So I feel like I did kind of well with that, but not uber. But honestly, it wasn't much of a priority. So like I can't complain. I'm not really mad about that. I'm always going to be buying clothes for the rest of my life. So it's not that deep. Then I have hair, and I remember I wanted to be able to do better in learning about my hair, my 4C hair. If you don't know, I was relaxed all my life, and it wasn't until 2020, I think, where I started to transition and get my curly hair. And so I wanted to learn how to have cuter braids when I braid, know how to style my natural hair. And I did get better with braiding, I feel like, but with my natural hair, no. I don't think I have. I'm still learning, and that's like honestly so sucky. Like let me know if you guys can relate, if you've ever been relaxed and had like straight hair all your life. Like the difference from straight hair to curly hair is so different. Like you cannot comb it the way you used to comb it. You cannot wash it the way you used to wash it. You can't style it in the way you used to style it. So like I feel like I found my go-to hairstyles, but I do want to like be better at it. So last year I think it was more heavily focused on braids. Now I want to heavily focus on my actual natural hair and how to properly style it. Then I have some home decor stuff. I wanted to cozy up my apartment so much. My apartment does not look like any of these pictures, but that wasn't really the point. There was a lot of things missing to make a home, and like I feel like I did a pretty good job. The only thing I'm slacking in now is wall art. All my walls are bare and I want to do better with that. But overall, I think I pretty much accomplished that. Like I got a lot done and spent not that much money. I did make an extreme room makeover part 1 video last year. My room looks a lot different now. So maybe I'll do it part 2 and like bring you to other places, other apartment, but we'll see. Then I have some travel pictures. I wanted to do some trips this year and I didn't. I really only traveled the end of 2021 and New Year's of 2022. And by that time, that was even before I filmed last year's video. I went to Kansas and I went to Louisiana, and they're not really the travel destinations I was even planning, and they weren't even this year. So I didn't really go anywhere. Did I go anywhere? I mean, I went on a staycation with my family, but I don't know if I count that. But you know what? It's fine because I had school and people have work, and it's kind of hard to plan a vacation. So I'm not really mad, and it was definitely on the mind. I booked a vacation this year, so I'm not mad. In July, we booked a cruise, and it's coming in January. So I'm excited for that. It didn't happen in 2022, but that is a-okay with me. Then I have a few study pictures. I guess I just wanted to add some type of productivity vibe to it. I graduated, so I studied enough. Like, I did the thing. So there's that. Then I have a quote that says, "The rest is just as important as the work." And I remember when I put that, I even said in my last video, it's not something I needed to work on, but it's just a really cute picture and a nice reminder just in case I ever feel overwhelmed or try to shift the balance in my life to put work or school above my health and wellness. So I definitely didn't do that. Like, I don't do all-nighters. I don't stay up if I need to do something if I'm tired. So I'm really proud of myself for that. The rest is always just as important as the work, maybe even more important. And then I had this quote, 8 things that change your life in 1 year. I did not read that at all this year. I think it was just a motivational thing. And then the last one I wanted to highlight was, you don't have to be extreme, just be consistent when it came to working out. And I probably failed the most at that. I did not work out, really. I went to the gym, I think, twice this whole year, which is fine. Like, I didn't really care if it was gym versus just moving my body, and I didn't really do that. I did yoga a couple times this year, but nothing consistent. I am not a consistent girl when it comes to working out. I know it's gonna be something that I'm gonna do this year, or I want to add this year, but I just really need to put more of a focus on it, and I need to do better, and I want to do better. 2022 just wasn't it for working out, and you know what? It's okay, because we're gonna add it to the list, and then next year we'll see. So that was everything from my 2022 mood board. So we're gonna go ahead and do a 2023 mood board. I personally just do it on Pinterest because I think it would be quicker for me that way, because I find all my pictures on Pinterest anyways. And this video will be super long, I think, if I make a collage with it, but I think I will make a collage at some point and then put it on my goals Notion page so then I can always see it, because I want to incorporate both. But for now, we're just gonna put it on Pinterest so you guys can see the pictures. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and make the 2023 vision board. I'm just gonna fast forward to make this quickly, and then I will explain my thought process. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so I made the vision board. It's very simple. I have 16 pins, which isn't too bad. So here's a quick overview of the 2023 vision board. Very simple, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain in detail. So I put books and embroidery and art on here because it all comes down to my personal goals, which is I want to make more time for my hobbies. I feel like I don't really do that. When I have free time, I'm just binging on YouTube. and I want to not do that. Like, my screen time is way too high. Like, I have so many art supplies like all around me. My whole desk is filled with art supplies, and what's the point if I'm not using them consistently enough? And I remember how happy I would be when I would be drawing, embroidering, reading. Like, it brings me so much joy, and I've been reading a lot. I read a lot of books this year, so I want to continue to read a lot of books and also add in embroidery and art and all things that make me happy. So that's the pictures, what those pictures represent. And then a little bit higher up, I have pictures of fruits and vegetables, and then like gym equipment stuff, and this yoga mat and a computer and water. So as you can see, it's all about health and wellness. On my goals for 2023, I put eat a damn vegetable, because I do not have balanced meals. I don't feel like I think it's always a carb and a meat. I need to have more colorful foods in my diet, and so that's why there's a lot of vegetables right there. I eat fruit, but I could definitely eat more fruit. I like these pictures because I like how it doesn't have a picture of anybody on them. It's just the object itself, so I don't get it twisted and try to like see like, oh, that's what this girl does, but not what I need to do. So I like that it's just straight into the point. I really hope that like next year when I'm looking back at this video, I can tell myself I did it. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Note to self, let me put this clip in for next year's video and see if you did it. Mina, I hope you did it. I would be really proud of you if you did it. But if you didn't, 2024? Okay. So then higher up, I have pictures of cameras because I want to find a workflow that's consistent and sustainable for me. So I put that there, and then I have a quote. It says, when you create a plan for your money, you're giving your money a purpose. I would like to gain financial literacy. I feel like I have so much to learn, and I think this is the year that I need to start doing that. So that's why I put that quote. It was weird because I was trying to find like a picture to symbolize it, but anytime you put anything with finances or money on Pinterest, it's either having a lot of wordy stuff with budgeting sheets and graphs, which wasn't my vibe. And also with money, it's just people holding money or like money spread out, and that just is giving broke. I don't know. So I like this quote. I think it explains pretty much what I would like to do. And then of course I have pictures of travel and the beach. I'm a beachy girl, and I kind of pick those ones because I know I have a trip planned, so it would be pretty easy to check that off. But if I can make another little trip this year, that would be great, but it's not a huge worry for me. So that is that. I am pretty excited. I like how it's just pretty simple and to the point. Also, it's not pictured here, but family is also another focus that I'm putting in this year, but I don't want to have a picture of some random people's families. So that's an unspoken thing also here that I would like to prioritize. So areas of focus are personal, like creating more time to do the things I love, like reading, art, embroidery. Health and wellness will always be on there. I need to get better at taking care of my body. When you see those people that have really bad health conditions, it's because of the things that they're doing in their 20s and 30s in the years that build up to that. So if you think you're too young to get sick, then you're thinking about it all wrong. This is the time where you need to change your habits before your arteries clog. So that's what these pictures represent. And then I have my YouTube and making a schedule, gaining financial literacy, and then of course vacations and trips and family. Vacations and trips aren't really a priority, but like family is, and I'm going on these trips with my family, so it goes hand in hand. So I'm very excited for this year. Of course, there are a lot more goals that I have that don't even fit into any specific category, but these hit pretty big aspects. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this motivated you to make your own resolutions or goals or make a vision board or anything like that. I really enjoy doing this. I feel like this is going to be my spot for the annual New Year's lessons and vision board video. So if you enjoyed it, let me know. Let me know what lessons you've learned in 2022 or what goals you have for the new year. Anything like that, and I would love to respond. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year. Bye.